Every morning I brush my teeth. I use a Philips Sonicare toothbrush, which means that every morning I hear this sound. Although hear isn't exactly the right word. As the brush makes contact with your jaw, the note echoes throughout your face. This experience of having the brush mechanism vibrate inside of your head is strangely immersive. Sometimes I sing along with it, or harmonize. Every morning I wonder what pitch that note is. I usually stop wondering when my 2 minutes are up. I've been meaning to record this sound for ages, but I never have. Maybe that'll change today. I did some research. Here's what the inside of that toothbrush looks like. Yes, somebody actually did a surprisingly detailed teardown of how this particular model works, and it's fascinating. It seems that the toothbrush is an oscillator, which is one of the basic building blocks of a synthesizer. The oscillator drives a magnetic coil inside the handle, and the electrical field in the coil changes its polarity very, very fast, many times a second. At the end of the toothbrush head are magnets. That oscillating coil causes the magnets to move. And the magnets are hooked up to the bristles of the brush. Okay, so now that I know that there's actually an oscillator in there, I really want to record this thing. But I'm not sure how. There's so many options. I could put a mic in front of it. I could clip a piezo sensor right to the stem. Although it occurs to me that I might actually have a better option. I have a device that can detect fluctuations in a magnetic field. In fact, I have many of them, guitar pickups. That's actually exactly how electric guitar pickups work. They have a bunch of magnets in them, which form a magnetic field, and then they detect fluctuations in that field caused by the metal guitar strings moving back and forth over them. This is why if you put an electric guitar pickup on a nylon-stringed acoustic guitar, it won't work at all, because the strings have to be metal in order for them to disrupt the magnetic field. Okay, let's try this out. So I'm going to unscrew the toothbrush head, and I'm going to take the base of the Sonicare toothbrush, and I'm going to put it right up to the pickup. Oh, that works a lot better than I thought it would. In fact, it's way louder than I expected. It's actually quite a pleasant sound. It sounds way better than when I'm brushing my teeth. I'm noticing like slight timbre changes as I move from one side of the pickup to the other. By the way, if you're wondering what the actual pitch is, check this out. It's middle C. That can't be an accident. Since this is a digital oscillator, that pitch is controlled by a little microprocessor, which basically means that I have no hope at all of ever changing that pitch. The only thing I can really vary in this recording is how close the toothbrush is to the pickup. I'm going to record a bunch of different swells and volume levels in the hopes that I can do something cool with the samples. In the end, because I can't vary the pitch, there were just 5 samples. I'm going to export out all 5 so that we can have round robins, which means that every time you press the key, it's going to play a different sample. I've also made 4 versions of each of these. There's the dry version, a version with nice reverb on it, and then 2 effects versions with random distortion on them. My next order of business will be to export these out and turn them into a decent sampler instrument. Okay, I've now built out some presets. As you can see here, I've got 4 versions, a dry version, a reverb version, and 2 effects versions. I'm going to pull in the dry version first. Okay, let's hear this thing. That's pretty cool. It really sounds like a synth. My gut tells me this will work really well with arpeggiation. I'm just going to repeat this 4 times in a row. I'm going to make some small adjustments to the sound. First, I'm going to turn the tone knob down, and I'm going to shorten the decay and the release. Almost sounds like an analog synth. Next, I'm going to duplicate the pattern and shift it up by 1/5. Next, I'm going to switch over to the arrangement view, and I'm going to put both of the clips on the timeline. My goal is to combine them so that I can have a new loop that alternates back and forth between the two chords. Okay, that seems like a good length. I'm going to hit Command-J to consolidate them into a new clip, and I'm going to turn on looping for the clip. And then I'm going to start dragging and hit Tab to switch back to the session view. That way I can use the clip over in the session view. Okay, let's add another layer. I'm going to pull another instance of Decent Sampler into this. Let's try out the reverb preset this time. It's quite a bit bigger than the other one. Actually, let's switch. Let's try out one of those effects presets. Oh, that is grimy sounding. Let's try out the other one. I almost want to say it's even grimier. Almost sounds like an organ. Like an organ with a broken speaker. Okay, let's stick with this one. I'm going to try to write a lead melody. I actually kind of like that. I'm going to put Realm on it. Realm is a reverb plugin by Native Instruments. They gave it away free a few years ago. It just seems to work really, really well with synth tracks. I actually like the way this is coming along. So far, this piece is very trebly. We need some bass. I'm going to take that first track and I'm going to duplicate it so that we can use it as a sub bass. First, I'm going to do a couple adjustments to make it work better as a bass. Still not that bassy. When I have something like this that's not quite bassy enough, I'll often use this plugin, RBass by Waves, to give it that extra punch. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, let's record some bass notes. So, there you have it. Music from a toothbrush. So, I'm pretty accustomed to finding things around the house and sampling them, and then turning those samples into music. What I find fascinating about this is here we have something that is a household object that is also arguably already a synthesizer. Like, a lot of kitchen appliances have motors, but this is different. This was specifically designed to oscillate at a frequency within the range of human hearing. So much so that they called the product Sonicare to capitalize on the fact that you could hear it. So much so that they literally tuned it to middle C. The samples in this video are available for free. Download link in the description to this video. If you enjoyed this, please click subscribe and ding the little bell if you haven't already. It's free and you'll be notified whenever I make one of these videos. See you soon!